didn't know they were this big. Let's go. You see that? Like my camera just really is fun. I just love their history.
It's pretty cool, huh? Who says it's backwards?
Their eyes are
shirt.
That's funny.
Where is it?
Sorry for scaring you.
I can't show my face.
See her? Leah. Here, stand up. Leah, mommy's here.
Sites for babies.
Yep.
Leah. Okay. Ready? Let's go. Go, 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 go.
I will. Oh my god.
Go!
What do you mean go?
Hello everyone, welcome to our African penguin exhibit here at the Monterey Aquarium. Now if you're wondering where this voice is coming from, hello, my name is Skylar. I'm one of our naturalists here on staff. So you have the benches over here to the right of the exhibit. And you are all here at a really exciting time. Now before we really dive into the feeding, folks, I would like you to do a little 360-degree view around yourself. Look for any kiddos or any folks in mobility devices that will get to the front, making sure everyone has a great view. Thank you, thank you. Now you did just see that my lovely aviculturist Kayla did just get inside the exhibit and she's dishing out some afternoon snacks for our awesome African penguin colony here at the aquarium. So if you're looking into this exhibit and wondering, well, where is all that snow and ice? Well, these are in fact South African penguins, so they are in fact native to South Africa and Namibia, where the climate there is actually very, very similar to what we have here in the Monterey Bay. They have pretty rocky coastline and of course some pretty chilly water. So our penguin colony is right at home. Now we do have 13 individuals in our penguin colony, and you'll see that some of them are getting super involved in this feeding, dashing into the water, zipping around, and some actually kind of aren't. There are some that are hanging out in some cubbies in the rock work behind my aviculturist Kayla, and you are all here at a really exciting time because it is in fact nesting season for our African penguins. And so these are monogamous species, so they do in fact have maiden pairs, and we do in fact let them do what normal penguins do during baby season, which is make those baby penguins. Now, of course, we actually unfortunately did not receive any viable eggs this season, but still making sure that our animals are nice and comfortable completing that entire nesting season process. And so that's why you see Kayla going over there. She's making sure they have plenty of food, visiting them, offering them some bait fish as well. For the penguins that are in the water, it's some really cool time to see some of the natural adaptations that they do have. Now, normally in the wild, these African penguins would swim about a mile or so off of their coast in South Africa, and they're hunting for things like Cape herring. Now, they're visual predators, so they have to keep their eye on one individual big fish while they're hunting, and that can be kind of difficult when you're reaching speeds of up to 20 miles an hour underwater. So they have what's called a nictitating membrane. Now, this is really fancy words for built-in swim goggles, and so they have a clear eyelid that slides right over their eye that helps protect it, of course, while they're reaching those quick speeds. Now, another really great thing that we can point out with our penguins is those awesome suits they have on. Now, this is actually what we call counter shading, and in the animal world, it's actually very, very helpful. Now, we know that those penguins have that nice white belly and, of course, that black back. And this means that if there's a predator looking from the very bottom of the ocean up at these penguins, their white belly is going to blend into the light that's shining from the sun above. Now, if there's a predator above our penguins, they're looking down and seeing a black back against the really deep sea. So they blend in either way, definitely giving a great form of protection. Now, speaking of their kind of suits and their counter shading, what's really great about these African penguins is that actually every single one of them is very unique. They have a very unique spot pattern right on their chest, and you might have already spotted some differences maybe among your favorites. So just like our fingerprint, these penguins have individual spot patterns that actually our aviculturists will use
cool,
to
huh?
really tell apart each individual penguin. Now, I'm not quite that good at telling everyone apart because there are in fact 13 of them. So I rely on their wing bands, which are on their right wing. The white band to the black writing will be our males, and the black band to the white writing will be our females. So much like Kayla is making sure that everyone is nice and full back in those nest boxes. But something really cool to keep in mind is not only are these penguins being absolutely amazing and probably bringing a smile to all of your folks' face while they're on exhibit, but they're actually working really hard behind the scenes as well. Now, our colony is a part of what we call a species survival plan. And we actually join a bunch of other zoos and aquariums all across the United States in this plan. Now, essentially, it means that we've committed to having a genetically diverse penguin colony here at the aquarium. And that's because, unfortunately, the wild African penguin population is sitting at about 3% of its historic status. Now, this is due to urbanization in South Africa and overfishing of the main food source for these African penguins, which is that Cape herring. So now we really want to make sure that not only are we doing amazing conservation efforts actually there in South Africa, we send our aviculturist teams down there to definitely help out on site. But we're also, like I said, committed to having a genetically diverse colony here at the aquarium. It essentially acts as a fail-safe program, where if we do need to augment the wild population with younger individuals, we're able to do so because they have nice, good genes that will help the wild population. But of course, they definitely are a fan favorite here at the aquarium and doing amazing work, so we definitely love to celebrate them. But folks, I'm going to go ahead and pop off microphones so you can enjoy the rest of this meeting and definitely get up close and interact with these penguins. One thing that I always love to kind of mention is that they can see you just as well as you can see them. So you are, in fact, definitely what we call an enrichment item here at the aquarium, which is something that is both mentally and physically stimulating for our animals. So you like walking by her exhibit, seeing your face in the different colors of your clothing. It's really stimulating for our penguins. So you guys are an amazing enrichment item. Thank you so much for all of your hard work today. But of course, if you do have any questions about these African penguins, once again, my name is Skylar, and I'm happy to chat with you folks. I'll be sticking around for just a few moments. But thank you so much for joining us for this afternoon African penguin feeding. And I do hope you have a great rest of your day here at the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Cool.